Hello everyone, I am Vasudha Chauhan from Diet Manpuri and today's our topic is sentence. So let's start. First, introduction. A sentence is a grammatical unit or group of one or more words that expresses an independent statement and can be followed by a period, question mark, or exclamation point. It is also a written expression of a complete thought. It always tells who or what is or what will happen. It typically has a subject as well as a predicate. A sentence should not contain any unnecessary words. A sentence needs to contain the following. Number 1, a capital letter at the beginning and a full stop at the end. Number 2, a subject, person, people or thing, that is, are doing something. Number 3, a verb, action or doing word. Next, kinds of sentences. Sentences are classified on the following two bases. Number 1, on the basis of purpose. On the basis of purpose, the sentences are of following types. Number 1, declarative sentences. A declarative sentence makes a statement. A declarative sentence ends with a period. For example, he is always ready. He never chases an injured animal. Next, the house will be built on a hill. Number 2, interrogative sentences. An interrogative sentence asks a question. An interrogative sentence ends with a question mark. For example, why can't you complete your work on time? Next, how did you find the card? Number 3, exclamatory sentences. An exclamatory sentence shows strong feeling. An exclamatory sentence ends with an exclamation mark. Exclamation mark is used to express sudden surprise or shock. For example, the house is on fire. The monster is attacking. Number 4, imperative sentences. An imperative sentence gives a command. For example, please return this book on time. It shows request. Next, don't go very far. It shows command. Number 2, on the basis of structure. On the basis of structure, the sentences are classified as number 1, simple sentence. A simple sentence is a sentence structure that contains one independent clause and no independent clauses. For example, he laughed. Number 2, compound sentence. A compound sentence is composed of at least two independent clauses. The clauses are joined by a coordinating conjunction with or without a comma, a correlative conjunction with or without a comma, or a semicolon that functions as a conjunction. For example, I like an apple, but my brother likes mangoes. Number 3, complex sentence. A complex sentence is a sentence with an independent clause and at least one independent clause, means subordinating clause. The independent clause is introduced by either a subordinate conjunction such as although or because, or a relative pronoun such as who or which. For example, I met the boy who had helped me. Number 4, complex compound sentence. These sentences consist of at least two independents and one or more independent clauses. It is also sometimes called compound complex sentence. For example, he went to college and I went to market, from where I bought a book. Next, I like mathematics, but my brother likes biology because he wants to be a doctor. In the first sentence of above sentence, there are two independent clauses. He went to college and I went to market. And one independent clause where I bought a book. Next, parts of sentence. The parts of a sentence consist of subject and predicate. For example, rat eats cheese. So here subject is rat and predicate eats cheese. Next example, he broke the window. So he is subject and broke the window, predicate. He gave his mother flowers. There are some more examples you can see. Subject and in predicate, verb, object and complement. Subject. A subject is the person or thing that performs an action indicated by the verb. For example, rat eats cheese. Here rat is the subject. Subject. A subject is the person or thing that performs the action indicated by the verb. For example, as I told you before, rat eats cheese. Here rat is the subject. Number 2, predicate. The predicate is the part of a sentence that tells something about the subject. The predicate always includes a verb, object, complement and modifiers. Next, verb. A verb is the word or words that describe the action or state of being the subject. For example, rat eats cheese. The verb eats describes the action performed by the subject rat. Object. The object is the person or thing affected by the verb. It is in two forms. Direct object. A direct object is the word or words that receive the action indicated by the verb. For example, automobiles are destroying cities. Cities is the direct object of the verb are destroying. Next, the gardener fertilized the lawn and the trees. Lawn and trees are the object of fertilized. Next, indirect object. An indirect object is a word or words that represent the person or thing with reference to which the action of a verb is performed. Indirect objects are used in two different ways. Number 1, when an indirect object follows the direct object, the indirect object will be preceded by to, for, or, of. Number 2, when an indirect object appears between the verb and the direct object, the indirect object will appear without to, for, or of. Complement. A complement is the word or words that complete the meaning of verbs which expresses feeling, appearing, being, or seeming. Such verbs are classified as copulative. What means copulative? Connecting words or clauses linked in sense. Or linking verbs. Copulative verbs do not take a direct object They are completed by complements. For example, rare photographs are expensive. Here, expensive is the complement of are. Next, modifiers. All words in a sentence that are not verbs, subject, direct objects, indirect objects, or complements are modifiers. Typically, modifiers define, make more precise, identify, or describe a verb, subject, direct object, indirect object, complement, or other modifier. Modifiers may be single words or group of words. For example, she ran quickly. The verb ran is made more precise, is modified by quickly. Next, she ran as quickly as she could. The verb ran is made more precise, which is modified by as quickly as she could.